You held the door open for a stranger today. You smiled at them. You snapped at the person who loves you most over something small. You know this is wrong. You have known it for years. You cannot stop it. Today, why? Not as a lecture, not as blame, as an explanation that actually helps. Because this pattern without understanding will damage the relationships that matter most. And understanding it will not fix it automatically, but it makes fixing it possible. Stay with me. You are going to recognize every part of this. The closer someone is to you, the worse you treat them in moments of stress. This is not accidental. It is structural. The closeness creates the permission. With a stranger, you are performing. You are managing impression. One bad moment with a stranger and the relationship is damaged, possibly permanently. So you maintain. You are patient. You smile, because the cost of not doing so is too high. With a person who loves you, the calculation is different. They will forgive you. They have before. They probably will again. The brain unconsciously registers this relationship can absorb a snap. It is safe to snap. Safe, but at a cost. The relationship absorbs it, and absorbs it, and absorbs it, until one day, the absorption capacity runs out. And you did not see it coming. Here is what the person who loves you is doing every time this happens. They absorb the emotion. They regulate their own response. They recover alone, and they do not say anything. Because they understand. Because they love you. This is called emotional labor. And it has a cost. Even when it is given freely, the person absorbing your worst moments is spending something real on you. Every time, they spend a little. Every time, the account decreases slightly. You may not notice the withdrawals, they may not tell you about them, but they feel the balance. Even when they cannot name it, even when they deny it, and the day the balance hits zero, the change you see will confuse you, because you have been making withdrawals without realizing there was a ledger, the most common defense for this pattern, and the most damaging one. They know I love them, so the snap does not really count. The love is real. I am not questioning the love, I am questioning the logic. Knowing you are loved does not make absorbing your worst behavior comfortable, it makes it survivable, not comfortable. Those are different things. You would not snap at your colleague and say, "They know I respect them." The logic only holds for the people you feel safe enough with to be your worst self. And using someone's love as permission to be consistently worse to them, that is not love. It is a form of disrespect. Comfortable disrespect. But disrespect. That statement will make some people angry. That is not an accident. Now the explanation that provides understanding without removing accountability. Emotional resources, patience, regulation, kindness, are finite daily. Every interaction during the day draws from the same pool. The commute, the meeting, the difficult colleague, the frustrating email. By the time you arrive home, the polite reserve is genuinely lower. The person at home gets the depleted version, not because they matter less, because they are the first person you do not have to perform for. That is the explanation. It is not the excuse. Understanding it does not end the accountability, but it tells you where to do the work, and where the work actually starts. 4 practices, each one addressing the actual mechanism. Practice 1. Create a transition between the depleting world and the home. Not to hide the depletion, to acknowledge it before it redirects at the wrong person. Say it before you arrive, "I am depleted. I may need 15 minutes before I am here." That communication gives them the choice to respond to the state, not the snap. Practice 2. Notice the snap before it arrives, not after. You can feel the tightening before the word comes out. That tightening is the warning. In that second, the choice exists. Not always, but in that second, it does. Practice 3. Repair specifically after it happens. Not just with "sorry, I snapped at you because I was depleted. That was not fair. You did not deserve it." Specific repair rebuilds the ledger. Vague "sorry" does not. Practice 4. Give your best hours to the relationship, not your depleted ones. If the relationship only ever gets the evening version, it is only ever getting the leftover. 1 conversation per week, when you are not depleted. That is the minimum investment. The people who receive your worst are giving you their most. Their willingness to absorb it is not permission, it is love. Treat it accordingly. You do not have to be your best self all the time. You are human, You deplete, but being human does not exempt you from the awareness that this costs them something. Comment section. 2 options. Which one is you right now? Guilty. You recognize this pattern and it has cost a relationship something real. Working on it. You see it and you are actively trying to change the pattern. Both honest answers. Both worth saying out loud. Drop yours below. Subscribe. Next video, the imposter syndrome trap. See you there. Peace.